Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. I wanted to show you what came in this month's Boxycharm. I'm really excited. Last month I felt like Boxycharm for the month of January was kind of like a flop for me personally. I didn't really appreciate most of the things that came in there. The only things that I really loved, and one of them I've already finished, were all of the non-makeup items. All right, so I was hoping that this month would be kind of like a redemption box, and I am excited. I saw one of the sneak peeks and I was like, well, yeah, I could see how that would be something that we're all excited about. Before we get started, let me just say thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, would you please subscribe and let me know in the comments down below your favorite types of videos to watch. So I decided for the year 2019 we're just going to do try-ons, and I'm hoping that doesn't mean I have like a million mascaras and tubes of lipstick that I normally wouldn't use that I might be able to pass on to a friend that I have open because I tried them on. But here's hoping Boxycharm comes through. So for $21 a month you get 4 to 5 full-size products, and I've been receiving Boxycharm for 2.5, almost 3 years now, and I love it. I recently also I guess it was September last year when they did their first Boxy Luxe, which is a bigger, juicier, more delicious size box of things. It was like a ton of full-size products. You pay a little bit more for it and you get it once a quarter. But this is just a regular box. I think next month, March, is the Boxy Luxe. But let me show you what came in here. And we're gonna start with this. And this is from Touch in Sol, and this is their No Poreblem Primer. I'm gonna put this on while I talk to you. I love that name, No Poreblem. I also just got it from my mailbox, and it's 20 degrees outside, so this is very refreshing. I've never tried anything from Touch in Sol. I know that they're a Korean brand. I know that they had some really well-reviewed things and some not so well-reviewed things on Sephora. And I've been using Korean skincare, but not Korean makeup, because I like the punchier, more vibrant, fully pigmented shades that we get in, I would say, more traditional Western makeup than in the Korean makeup, where it tends to be more, look like a more natural, beautiful, maybe slightly colored in version of yourself. No, I want the full shebang. I want the bright red lips. I want the really bright and super pigmented shadows. And that is not something that you see a lot of in Korean makeup. All right, so this is on all over. It has kind of a really interesting slip to it. It has a nice fresh scent. It's not heavily scented. It's not heavily scented, but it also feels very silicone-like, and not like the traditional, if you've ever tried the Smashbox primer, the photo finish primer. That one really, I think, was like the first big, well-known silicone primer that filled in all your pores. This one feels like a nice combination between a moisturizing primer or hydrating primer and a silicone primer. And I do really feel like it's minimized the look of some of my pores. I don't know what it's gonna do for longevity of makeup, but it feels good on the skin. One thing that you're not gonna see me use today, because I'm putting a face on, I'm not taking it off, is this. It's from Farmacy. It's their Clean Bee. This is their Ultra Gentle Facial Cleanser. You get 3.4 ounces or 100 mils. And this is supposed to help take away all of your impurities, your makeup, without stripping oils, because in here there is honey and hyaluronic acid. And that really intrigues me. I don't normally use a foaming cleanser because I'm worried it's going to strip things too much, so I use the Milky Jelly cleanser from Glossier after I use a balm cleanser. So I like to take off a balm, my makeup with a balm or an oil cleanser, and then use a really gentle, nourishing, and I think that this might fit the bill. And I am very excited. I haven't tried much from Farmacy. I've tried only their balm cleanser, which I really like, which I think is called the Clean Green or Green Clean. I'll have to leave it for you down below. But we got that on a different Boxycharm, so I'm really loving the fact that they are sending this type of skincare. I'll have to report back to you, but I'm excited to try it. All right, I'm gonna throw on some foundation and a little bit of rest. I see what I have left in my box, and we'll put that on when I'm back. Of course, I forgot to mention the price of all of these items here. So the Touch in Sol No Poreblem Primer is $18, and you get a full fluid ounce. And I think that's a really great price for a fluid ounce for 1 ounce of whatever primer that you get. Most of them tend to be more expensive than that. And this Farmacy Clean Bee, you get 3.4 ounces for $22. All right, so the next thing that I see in here is this. It's iconic. Everybody gets it this month. It's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I have a mini size in my, I don't know if you can see it right back here, my mascara container where I keep all of my unopened mascaras. But I think since this is what came in the box this month, I'm going to throw this on. My memories of this, maybe I should do that while we're talking. Put it on and we'll tell you. My memories of this are that it was good. But I got to the point where I liked other ones a little bit more. And this one I found, you know, after being open for a couple of months, it started to flake. But I've already curled my lashes because without curling my lashes, it's like I have no lashes. So let's throw some of this on. I do remember thinking that this was a really great formula. And I know for some people, it's kind of like their holy grail. And I can definitely see why. But I am constantly trying something different, and it's not always new stuff, because there is definitely times that I end up, you know, trying a mascara that has been a favorite for years and years and years, and it was more high-end and I wanted to see what the hype was about. And there are some new ones that just don't seem that interesting to me, so I don't feel compelled to purchase and try them. So this is what I'm getting so far. Let's see if another coat will be helpful here before we do the other eye. So this is 2 coats on my right eye and nothing on my left. You can see it makes a very significant difference. And of course I only have it on the top right now. Let me finish putting my mascara on and we'll go from there. So this is 2 coats of the Better Than Sex mascara. And I guess that looking at it up close, I feel like it does really lengthen, it does really define. I don't remember it being quite this dry a formula, and it could be since it's been 2 years since I've had a full size one of these. The other thing was I could tell that, you know, product had been put in, they put in the wand, and when I pulled out the wand for the first time, there was a lot less product than you see now, but it has that traditional hourglass brush on it. It's not the rubber bristles, but the more traditional bristles, and I feel like it builds nicely on itself. But there does come a point, and I feel like I'm just at that point. If I keep layering it on, it's gonna look a little clumpy. But if that's the look that you like, I feel like I'm just at that point. But I think that it looks pretty good. Now, the problem is, since this is a $24 mascara, is this mascara at $24 worth it? There's one that I love, it's $25, it's a hair more expensive, but I feel like it does a little bit more. So I don't know that right out of the gun, this is gonna be like, yep, that's the one for me. That's the one I'm gonna wanna wear. I'm definitely switching up the one that I have. I haven't worn this in a couple of years, so we'll see if I still get some of that flaking down here below. We'll see if I get any transfer, any maybe panda eyes going on, or raccoon eyes, if you will, and we'll see. But I think that right now it does give a really pretty look. Now remember, I have short, downward pointed lashes that need all the help they can get. All right, the next item I have in here, and I'm really glad I got this. I was really hoping I would get this because there were 2 options, and it's from Pretty Vulgar. This is their Shimmering Swan Glow Up Highlighter. I have a different cheek item from Pretty Vulgar that came in a previous Boxycharm. Oh wow, that is so reflective. I'm going to put some on the back of my hand and we're going to see what it looks like. It's right here. It's so pretty. I feel like my lights are like a little too bright. It's hard to see, but I'm going to use my, this is my favorite brush for highlighter. I feel like it buffs things in well. It's the Wayne Goss airbrush. It was a limited edition holiday thing. I don't think they have it still, but I'm just going to put a little bit on and we're just going to put it on the high points. Well, you know me, I put highlighter everywhere. It is very pretty though. I was worried that this might be a little too glowy, not glowy, but a little too maybe dark. And I don't feel like you see like that strip of darkness and then the light hits. I feel like it does well with my skin. But I also feel like a lot of it is making sure you have a brush that really buffs and blends well. And this one really, really does. I do also like this one from Real Techniques. This is the setting brush. It's kind of small. It works well for this size, but I find that it's not as good at buffing things in. So I really prefer this. I'm gonna throw a little bit here on the bridge of my nose. Cupid's bow. And just a hair on the chin. I really end up just like with whatever's left on the brush, kind of going in a figure eight around my eyes. You know, because you hit the top of the cheekbones, you hit the bridge of your nose, you hit your forehead a little bit, and especially like right above. And I kind of feel like if I hit it right above the arch of my brows, it gives my forehead just a lift. And the last thing in the box is from Trestique. I've never tried any makeup products from Trestique. That's not true. I tried one of their lip balms, which I liked quite a lot. But this is their Prime and Color Lip Glaze in the shade English Rose. And it has this little itty bitty baby primer right here in the cap. So we're just gonna throw that on. It doesn't feel really slippy or slidey. It feels more grippy and primer-like, which of course it's a primer, but a lot of the primers that I've tried for lips tend to be a little bit more silicone-y and a little bit more slippery. I like that this one has more grab to it. And, oh, look at that. Look at the shape. It's almost rectangular. And it's magnetic closure. Oh, well, that makes me happy. Those sorts of things just make me feel like little baby angels are singing like, ah. It's the little things. All right, so let's throw some of this on. You know, for saying that it's a lip glaze, it doesn't look as glossy as I would expect. I also feel like this slightly oblong, it's kind of awkward. It's easier if you turn it, instead of applying it like this, if you turn it sideways and kind of go around the edge of your lips. Yeah, I'm getting more precision that way. The color is beautiful. Let's just for fun swatch this and see what it looks like on the back of my hand. I can't tell you how excited that makes me, but this is what it is. And it's also right here next to the shimmering Swan highlighter from Pretty Vulgar. So this Trestique Prime and Lip Glaze Crayon, Lip Glaze, I can talk, is $25. It's really pretty. I like the way that it looks. And the look that I have on today, I like that every single product in here, I can see myself reaching for again. Absolutely. I know that I will definitely be reaching for this. This is beautiful. And I think that at the full price, if you were curious, at $32, if your Sephora carries this line in store, swatch it. It's totally worth it. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade. And even though it looks a little bit more kind of like a peachy color, I'm going to build it up a little bit more here. I don't feel like for very fair skin that it's too much, but it's a beautiful, beautiful highlight. I feel like this made it worth the price of the box. I think that this is a beautiful product. To be honest, I've seen a lot of people talking about and reviewing Trestique products. I like that they're very much like an ease of use sort of thing, but I think for the amount of product that you get, I just rolled it up and I was like, what, that's it? Because that's all you get. And look how skinny it is compared to a traditional lipstick. So you get this little nubbin here of primer and this narrow little stick of their lip glaze, although the color is beautiful. I don't know that I would price this at $25. You know, I haven't used it that much. I'll tell you, it feels creamy. It feels moisturizing. It definitely doesn't feel like it's going to be long wearing. It's not going to be on for like 6 hours without a touch up. It's definitely going to need to be touched up, but I do feel like what it has going for it, it's that ease of use. You can drop it in your purse. You could plop it on at a stop sign or a stoplight. You could probably even do it without needing the mirror down, like that visor down in the car to put on your lipstick. I feel like it would be really easy. You could wear it with a full face of makeup, you could wear it with minimal makeup, or you could wear it on a no makeup day. Just, you know, you and your sunscreen and your lip glaze. I think it would work really well for that. But I'm not sure that it's worth $25. I do think it's a really pretty universal rose shade. I think a lot of people would be happy to get this, and it would be a flattering color on a wide variety of skin tones. But I'm going to have to get back to you as to whether it's worth it or not. All right, the other thing in here is this mascara. This mascara, I feel like everybody, you may not have tried it, but you've heard a lot about it. It's a very often copied wand, this hourglass shape. There are a lot of other formulas out there, drugstore, high-end, that have a very similar wand. And I don't know that we were seeing a ton of hourglass shaped wands until this mascara debuted. So I do feel like it's really been an iconic trend-setting type of mascara, and I know that L'Oreal's Lash Paradise really dupes this well, but I'll have to let you know. I don't remember. I remember before I did get some fallout. I don't know if they've changed the formula or not since I used it a couple years ago, or whether it's halfway through the tube, like a month and a half in, when it starts to get drier and then it starts to flake. We'll be back about this. But I do think that, you know, these guys right here really make like the makeup value worth it. I'm very intrigued by this No Poreblem. I really want to see how it wears. Does it really increase the longevity? I do feel like my pores are not as visible. They're not completely gone. I mean, I feel like I need like a really thick putty type of primer over them for that. But I do feel like over the rest of my face, my foundation went on nice. I feel like it's gonna wear well. And I mean, you never know until you try it all day, but that, and I feel like everything in here was a hit. I haven't tried this yet. Let's just see what it smells like. Of course, it has this little seal on here. Oh, it smells like honey. It smells sweet and slightly herbal, but very, very honey-like. I'm excited to try this, and I've nothing but good things to say about the product I've already tried from Farmacy. So I feel like this really was a redemption box for Boxycharm. January was kind of like it was a really not favorite month for me, but everything in this box I know I'm going to continually reach for and reach for and reach for and use to the bitter end. The total value of this box is $121. I'm so glad about that. And I do feel like for $21 to get $121 worth of product, you get $100 more than what you pay for. And I really feel like I'll be able to use every single product in here. Even the one that I haven't tried yet excites me, and I can't wait to try it. But everything else, it made for a really beautiful and effortless look today. I would say if you are not already getting Boxycharm and you like receiving subscription boxes and kind of like that idea of a surprise coming into the mail, to you, it's definitely worth it. I don't ever feel like there's a month where, even though I was disappointed by what I got in January's box, there were 2 items in there that were worth it for me and covered the cost of the box. And some of the other ones were kind of a letdown and they weren't my favorites. But this box, like every single one, I feel like every single item is going to be great. Even though I don't know that this lip product is worth $25, I don't know that I would pay $25 for it, like at Sephora. I do feel like it adds value to this box. All right, so it's been a good month. Good job, Boxycharm. I would definitely love to know if you receive subscription boxes, which ones do you get? If you've received Boxycharm before and you've moved to a different subscription, which one, and tell me why. I'm very curious. Let me know if you like these types of videos, if you like the more try it on and see what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being subscribed, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.